Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about a common phenomenon with Amaryllis plants, bulblets. These are small bulbs that form around the base of the main bulb. Bulbous plants like Amaryllis, lilies, freesias, daffodils, caladiums, and more naturally produce bulblets as a way of propagating themselves. Bulblets can be a wonderful thing for those looking to expand their plant collection, since it doesn't cost a penny to get new plants. However, they can also become a bit of a headache for the grower. When an amaryllis bulb produces bulblets, it redirects some of its energy into growing and nourishing these baby bulbs. This can slow down the growth of the main bulb and reduce its ability to produce flowers. Let me show you two of my amaryllis plants. I got them in August of last year. This one was 1.2 centimeters in diameter, and this one was 1.6. After 15 months, let's check their sizes. The first one grew from 1.2 to 7.5 in diameter. It's looking good and is ready to bloom this coming spring. The second one, however, grew from 1.6 to only 5, but it also has twin baby bulbs. It's clear that the parent bulb is prioritizing energy for its survival and propagation. As the baby bulbs grow, they compete for nutrients, and the main bulb may struggle to store enough energy for flowering. This can also slow down the growth of leaves and roots as resources are shared with the side bulbs. That's why the second amaryllis, which started out slightly larger than the first one, is now 2 centimeters smaller after 15 months, because it's been carrying those twin baby bulbs. Whether or not you need to do something about the bulblets depends on the condition of the bulb. First, check the size and firmness of the bulb. Large, firm bulbs are more capable of supporting bulblets without compromising their ability to flower. If the parent bulb is healthy and blooming well, there's no need to remove the side bulbs. In fact, leaving them can result in a more impressive bloom display, as a cluster of bulbs may produce more flowers than a single one. However, if the bulb is growing slowly or feels soft, which usually happens when the main bulb is still small, it may be too stressed to handle the side bulbs and flower properly. In that case, it's advisable to remove the bulblets once they have grown 3 to 4 leaves. At this stage, they are more developed and better able to survive after separation. Steps to remove the bulblets without lifting the main bulb. Step 1. Expose the base of the bulblets. First, remove the top layers of soil to expose the base of the bulblets and their connection to the parent bulb. Use a tool or your fingers to gently dig around the base of the baby bulbs. Be careful not to damage the main bulb. Step 2. Sever the connection. Use your fingers or knife to carefully sever the connection between the side bulbs and the main bulb. Avoid pulling the bulblets forcefully, as this could damage the parent bulb or roots. Try to ensure the bulblet has some roots attached to increase its survival chances. Measuring the sizes of the baby bulbs, each of them has a diameter of about 2.5 centimeters. No wonder the mother bulb grew so slowly. Step 3. Refill soil and transplant baby bulbs. After removing the side bulbs, press the soil back around the main bulb to stabilize it. Plant the removed baby bulbs in a separate pot or garden area with well-draining soil. For small bulbs, it's better to cover the bulb with soil, as their delicate outer scales can dry out quickly if left exposed to air, heat, or direct sunlight. Water lightly to settle the soil and support root recovery. Place the baby bulbs in a warm, bright location out of direct sunlight in the first 2 weeks. Removing side bulbs without lifting the main bulb can sometimes be tricky. You may end up with damaging the baby bulb. If there's no basal plate attached, possibly due to rough handling, the baby bulb will likely not survive. To avoid the risk of damage, it's safer to unpot and divide the bulbs. The best time to divide the side bulbs is during the bulb's dormant phase, which is usually late summer or early fall, or when you are repotting them. Gently lift the bulb from the soil and identify any bulblets attached to the parent bulb. You will be able to see clearly how the bulbs are crowded together and where they are connected. Carefully separate the side bulbs from the parent bulb, making sure each one has some roots attached. If necessary, use a clean, sharp knife to help with the separation. Allow the cuts to dry for a few hours or a day before replanting. This helps prevent rot. If you live in a region with mild winters, or if you have indoor heating, you can continue growing the small bulbs in a warm spot over the winter. For the parent bulb, let it go dormant in a dark, cool place for 6 to 8 weeks before replanting it. A cluster of bulbs is like a big family. They need more space, a bigger home, and more food, water, and nutrients. So we will need to do 3 things for them: provide ample space, boost nutrient support, and be patient for bulblet's maturity. Crowded containers can lead to increased competition for resources, which can stress the bulbs. Replant the bulbs with plenty of space between them to reduce competition and help them thrive. Don't forget to add fertilizers when repotting. Mix the original soil with compost, sheep manure, and bone meal. Make sure the soil is rich in organic matter and drains well to support healthy growth. Besides, apply a balanced fertilizer during the growing season to ensure they get nutrients they need. Allow bulblets to grow to a substantial size before expecting them to bloom. Small bulblets typically need 2 years or more to flower, so be patient while they mature. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!